Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for joining for this video. We're going to be talking about the Atlanta Falcons here, bringing in the former Arkansas product, Feleipe Franks, who also played quarterback at the University of Florida prior to his 1 year at Arkansas. And yeah, he had one of his better years. Well, he had his best year last year for Arkansas, and he looked a lot better than he did at Florida. But he ended up losing his job. Obviously, Kyle Trask took over that position for him. So that's why he ended up going to Arkansas. But yeah, when it comes to him, he's definitely got some, physical traits, some ability to him. And as you can see what they're describing here, his NFL frame, he's got the NFL size already, 6'6", 234 pounds. They're saying he had an impressive pro day, including a 4.59. Didn't realize he was quite that fast. But yeah, so he's very raw. And so clearly he's gonna have to work on his, a lot of his mechanics. But he can throw the ball. And yeah, that's why they thought that he would get drafted in rounds 5 or 6. That turned out not to be the case. In terms of Falcon fans, they thought they were going to be getting a quarterback from perhaps Alabama, but they did get a quarterback from Alabama in AJ McCarron. But I don't think that's the one that they were thinking. But hey, I'm sure that Matt Ryan is happy about the fact that the Falcons did not select a quarterback here, but instead, getting him Kyle Pitts and Kyle Pitts is going to be a tremendous piece for the Falcons to continue to grow with moving forward. We're all going to monitor what happens with Julio Jones towards next month and whether or not they do end up trading him, just because it's the fact that, his salary cap is like crazy in terms of the amount that they would have to pay him for this season. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, going back to Feleipe Franks here. He started 24 games for Florida before suffering a dislocated and fractured ankle in 2019, and that led the way for Kyle Trask to be able to come over and pretty much take that position. He clearly ran with it. But as a graduate transfer, he started working with quarterback coach Steve Calhoun and completed nearly 69% of his passes for 2,107 yards and 17 touchdowns to 4 interceptions and 8 starts. I remember early in the season when I did watch a little bit of Arkansas, just because the SEC was playing and most of the other conferences wasn't. And so, he looked much better for sure. Like even when I believe Arkansas was going against, I believe it was either Georgia. It might have been Georgia, but yeah, he looked pretty impressive throughout like the first half of that game. Obviously, that they weren't going to win, but they did at least keep it, relatively close. But he clearly has a long way to go. And they're saying that according to another team source, of all the guys that they interviewed at the Senior Bowl, it was clear that, walking away from that conversation, they felt that Feleipe Franks had I'm not going to say the most to learn, but he's definitely got a lot that he has to learn and get better at. So for him, best case scenario is just to make a roster, perhaps make a practice squad, and continue to learn. He's going to have a lot to learn, but he's definitely got the physical traits. The size that it takes in this league, or the size I should say that they're looking for. So definitely going to have to monitor what happens here. And if he gets a chance, at some preseason playing time to see how he looks there. But yeah, that's all he can hope for at this point is just to hopefully make a roster and see what happens from there. So that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, as more news continues to drop, you can be sure to find it here. So thanks again for watching and have a great rest of your day.